Welcome, 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 my gear tubers, to the live stream. People will be on here in a minute. Watch it later. You'll see that. Trying a new tea. The other one about killed me. So, thought I'd try something new. I don't know. Keenan, what's up, buddy? How you doing? You're live? What? I'm always live on Fridays. Edge, what up, bro? What's going on, Edge? I am live too. I'm always live between 7:15 and 7:30 every Friday. Every Friday. That is my allotted time. And I do this thing. Never knew, my bad. That's all right. It's every week. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Y'all have a good Friday? Every Friday should be good. Best work day of the week. Monday's the 5th worst, all the way through to Friday. What's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy? Good to know. Might move mine earlier. I do mine every Friday, same identical time. How are you all about Keenan? Anybody do anything fun? Hey, Mike, how's that house coming along? I've not seen a picture of it in a little bit. Hey, Mr. Edge, sorry about your router. I am good. Good to hear, Keenan. How is Edge and how are you, Mike? Got 6 people on, 1 like. Hit that thumbs up. Mike, how's the house coming? Hadn't seen a picture of it in a couple days. I've been driving my dad's truck. Real scary when it cost 80K. I understand, man. Mine isn't 80K, but it was way up in the Ks. And I get it. Any recommendations for an over and under shotgun? I don't have a lot of experience in over and unders. My stepdad has a Winchester. It's an old Winchester. It's a good gun. Yeah, I like it. If I'm not mistaken, it is a 20 gauge, I believe. I've never used a 12 gauge over and under. I don't shoot a ton of clay. I have a little bit. But his Winchester is extremely, extremely nice. Hey, Gear, the router is your fault. Oh, I know why it's my fault. My bad. Harold sends your truck looks great. Hey, I appreciate that, Harold. Thank you very much. I spent a lot of time and effort getting that truck looking like that, and I think I've about got it done. There's a few more mods I might do to it, but nothing too crazy. Dan the Mopar Man. What's up, guys? How are you, Dan? Hope you had a great day today. Building decks on it. Forgot to snap some pics. I'll get that out here in a minute. I need to build a deck on the back of my house. But if I did, I'd have to cut a hole in the wall to get to it because I don't have a door out that side. True. So far, I have 2 good news and 2 bad news. Well, you're batting 500 in that category then. Not too bad. If you was batting 500 majors, you'd have a lot less problems because you'd be a millionaire. Hate everyone else. Springfield, thanks. Sorry, man. I just don't have a ton of experience in that. Not a ton. His is real nice, though. I'm good at driving considering how new I am at driving, but the truck value scares me. Going to get either a Grand Caravan Chrysler 200C all-wheel drive or Charger all-wheel drive. I'd go for the Charger. If it's me, that's just what I would go for. Keenan, are you down thumbing people again? I don't know. I only see the up thumbs. I don't see the down thumbs. If you're down thumbing Keenan, stop it. Dan, first the good news. I got the thermostat on my car fixed. The bad news, I have a major oil leak going on. The other bad news, my job is over, so I'm out of work for right now. Good news, I have an interview. Good luck with the interview, Dan. I really hope you get the job. What's the interview for? What are you interviewing for, I guess I should say? How is the start to everyone's weekend? Mine is pretty good so far. Pretty good. Had some sloppy joes. My wife made sloppy joes last night and had some leftovers. What I did not know was when she got home, she wanted to go out and eat. I'd ate sloppy joes 10 minutes before she got home. That is what it is. Keenan said, nope. Dan, the job is at Verizon taking calls. Nice, Dan. Nice. That job should not be too bad unless you got to deal with all the complaining people in the world. And I bet that's what it is. And that's going to suck a little bit. But as long as you can deal with conflict and, resolve it fairly tactfully, you should be all right. No big deal at all. I'll probably get the Charger all-wheel drive because of the 5.7 Hemi V8 with all-wheel drive. Now, I will tell you that is not going to get that great of gas mileage. Just guessing. You're probably in the teens if I was guessing. I do want to say I am trying a new tea today. It is not as sweet as the other tea I drink. I like the other tea better. It just did not like me better. I'm not going for gas mileage. Yeah, me neither. Got a text, but I can't answer it. So I'm just telling who said it, who sent it. Okay, so we got quite a few things today, actually. I got an itch in my nose now. It's driving me crazy. So we can talk about some SBRs. Yeah, the Pure Leaf Sweet Tea is great, but it's called iced tea here. Yeah, it's okay. It's not as good as the Gold Leaf. Man, my nose is itching. Sorry, I don't mean to keep scratching my nose, but it is itching. Rob Yoda, yellow all. What's up, Rob? How are you doing? How's California? What do you think about the new TRD Pro Tundra in 2019? I like the TRD Pros. I really do. Now, this is crazy, okay? But my favorite feature on the TRD Pros is where they stamp it in the bedside, the TRD Pro. That is awesome. I just think that looks great. I would love that. Is it worth the money? I don't know. You know, you get Fox shocks and stuff like that, and that is expensive. Would I trade my Platinum for one? For the price difference, probably not. If I was going to buy a new one, I would give it serious consideration. But to trade mine in on one, I'm satisfied with mine. I probably wouldn't trade mine in. So, you know, the answer is if I was looking at a new one, I'd give it some serious looks. To get rid of what I got, probably not. Dan, unfortunately, gear, that is the case. It's a call center job, but pays well. Hey, pays well. That's all that matters, man. I mean, if it was fun, we'd call it play. We wouldn't call it work. You know what I mean? Let's talk about 1 year wait for the tax stamp on SBR. Oh my gosh, that's why I don't own more. I'm so sorry, people. My nose is itching off. I don't know why. I just got out of the shower and got cleaned up. My nose is itching. I don't know if I got lint in it from drying off or what, but it's driving me nuts. Yeah, that's probably why I don't own more SBRs. I own a couple SBRs and a can, but it's not the money thing. If they want the $200, I'll give them the $200. Just let me take that stuff home with me today. I hate waiting on that stuff. It drives me nuts. Or the Chrysler 200C because it has 3.6 V6 all-wheel drive, which get 18 city, 23 highway, or I could get the 2.4 i4, which would get 21 city, 28 hay, but no all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive up there, man. In Canada, you about got to have all-wheel drive, especially if your parents are going to let you drive any in the snow, which is going to be like 8 months out of the year or so. Dan, I hope he's talking about cars and guns, not more trivia stuff. Gave me a headache last week. No trivia this week. I don't have any trivia. Courtney, hi. Andy, hi. Mike, hi. Yoda, hi. Dan, hi. Kay, hi. Sniper, hi. Courtney. Edge, hey Dan, I can say that more than 2 days a week will definitely pay more. That's exactly right. However, that being said, I'm also going to be putting in for T-Mobile as well on the same job. Well, whichever one pays more, that's one I'd stick with. If it's going to be the same identical job, why not just, you know, go with the higher paying one. Not a Ford guy, but those new Roush F-150s are pretty slick, pretty breakdown. Probably breakdown. Dude, they are. The Raptor is my favorite truck. Seriously. I mean, the Ford Raptor is my favorite truck, bar none. I will never buy another F-150 more than likely. I'm just saying that out. I probably won't. But God, that Raptor's nice. That's just a lot of money. I just can't do it. Yo, okay, dog. Are you ready for the weekend? Good thing I ain't up there. She'd be crying all weekend where I smoked that Subi's hind end because she's a slow me. That's what she is. She's a slow me. Dan, are you doing customer service? No argument there, Brian. In a way, I was sad to lose a job. In a way, I was glad to lose a job. It was horrible, 2 days a week. Are they kidding? Who can make a living? I know exactly what you mean. We employ a lot of contingent workers throughout the year, and I don't know how they do it either. And you work part of the year and part of the year you don't. I don't know. Dan the Verizon man. See, it all works out. You can change your name. Winters are long here about November to April. There's snow here already. That's crazy. It was almost 70 degrees here today. I think at one time it was like 60 something when I got to work. It's cold now, but it ain't gonna snow. It's rained all day. It's supposed to be like almost 70 Sunday though, and 72 on Monday. Edge is laughing at Mike. About 5 to 6 months of I know it. That's awful. I feel bad for you people. It's oh, I can't imagine that much snow. What a way, Mike. You would be correct. I would be working for Verizon. I actually have Verizon as my carrier. Anyway, so win-win situation. Plus, they pay between 14 and 79. So that's good pay. And you also should get a discount on your Verizon plan, if not free. I don't know what they do, but I don't know. Andy, you're a slow me. I am definitely not a slow me. Edge. Mike, what router would you suggest? Or if I want longevity, would you like the idea of a shaper? I have no clue about that. It's 38 degrees here right now. I'm out. No thanks. All right. Now, I've read a lot of these comments. Let's see here. I'm going to skip some of them because I'm going to hit the highlights, and then we're going to talk about what we're getting into tonight. 73 today, yeah, I know, and it's going to be in a 7. It's going to be nice. Tundra versus WRX, I would like to put 100 on Tundra. Me too, Rob Yoda, me too. Andy, I think the reason for your nose is itching because somebody's probably talking about you, or that is the ears start burning. I can't remember either. I would go with the Bosch 2 1/4 hose edge. Mine filled up well, and I would use a router on the table a lot. Hey, Jack, what's going on, buddy? Hope your wife is doing great, man. I really do. Been praying for you guys, and I hope she's doing well. Hope you had a good day. Everybody saying, hey to Jack, I had my first job working at a department store called Canadian Tire, and paying $19.93 an hour for your first job. My first job paid $4.25. That's it. But saying hi to Jack in the 80s, California. Could not. I'm jealous. 80s. Hey, Jack, how's your wife? Hey, Mike and Courtney Edge. Thanks, Mike. All right. We're going to get into this. So I got some stuff to go over. You want to jump into the guns first? Want to do some of the other stuff first? I got a few things. I'm going to let you all decide. We want to talk about guns or everything else I got. Get plunger base, use fixed base in the table. So what y'all want to hear about? We can talk about a little bit about guns. I ain't going to go into a ton of stuff. We're talking about them a little bit. Don't want to make the live stream 3 hours or nothing like that. Let's see here. Well, problem is, Andy, one of them might let me off Sunday, and the other wouldn't since I go to church on Sundays. I prefer to go. I totally get that. Pew pew. All right, we're pew pewing. Back this camera up just a tad because I can't get all in the camera. All right. So first things first, I'm not going to show you these are empty. You're just going to have to take my word on it. I deal with guns a lot, and I see people always show empty, and I do it on my other videos because it's just, congratulations on 3K. Thanks, Keenan. I greatly appreciate that. I really, really do, buddy. Thank you very much. I think I'm up to almost 3,050 right now. So here is an SBR. And I've showed this on the channel before. It's sporting an aim point, sporting a Surefire light with a Malkoff head on it. Everybody knows I really support Malkoff stuff. So this right here, just in general, what do you do? There are 3 down thumbers. People are insane. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, it is what it is. If they don't like the channel, I'm sorry, but that's the way it goes. I don't know why you get on here and down thumb and still stay, you know, I don't know. But anyway, so this is an SBR. You can see here how long it is. It's fairly short. It has a 10.5-inch barrel. So the downside to these guns, as we've already heard is there is a tax stamp of $200. You have to fill out like 2 or 3 pages of paperwork, have the sheriff sign off on it. You have to get 2 sets of fingerprints, 2 passport photo IDs, send all that stuff into the NFA, and then wait a year before you can even pick this up. It'll sit at your gun store for a year, literally. Now, I did this a little differently. I owned the lower, and I went ahead and did my tax stamp on the lower, and I didn't buy the upper. So I still had the lower in my possession. I did my tax stamp on it. When my tax stamp came in, I actually had a 7.5 inch lower on this and decided one day I wanted to have a suppressor. Most suppressor companies want warranty suppressors if your barrel's not over 10 inches. I think it's 10 inches. So I bought a 10.5 inch upper. I actually traded for a 10.5 inch upper off a guy off like, I think it was Sniper's Hide Forum. I used to be big on Sniper's Hide Forum. I was on there all the time. I'm not on there anymore. But, so I traded for it. Build it, it will come. True. So I traded for that, and then I put the upper on it. So I didn't have to wait on anything on this other than just to get my paperwork back because I already owned the lower. So there's the downside. So I want you to see how big this is. All right. This is an AR pistol. So here we go. Now this does have a 7.5 inch barrel. I did go short on this because I keep this in a bag. Still sporting a, this is an Arasaka body with a Malkoff head, aim point, T2 micro, and it does have the Law folding stock adapter. As you can see right here, I can fold it. And it has an SB tactical brace on it, which if you shoulder this by chance, is totally legal. Totally legal to shoulder this if you just happen to do so. Now, you know, this is a pistol, so this is made to put your arm through. But if, just if, you happen to shoulder it every once in a while, it's legal. But I want to show you the length here. So I'm going to blunt these up on the end. The pistol is actually a little shorter, and you don't have to pay the $200 tax. But it is a pistol, by the way. You're supposed to stick your arm through this. That's what this is made for. It is a pistol. It is shorter. It is legal. This is actually covered under my carry permit. The SBR, if I want to take it out of state, I actually, what are you shooting with these? Well, hey Linda, welcome to the live. I shoot mostly paper with these, to tell you the truth about it. I have these for defensive purposes. The AR I sometimes carry with me on trips because it is covered. If I'm going somewhere I don't know where I'm going, if I've never been there before, and like when I went to Miami and stuff like that, there's some bad neighborhoods there. So just by happenstance chance, if I got into a bad situation, I have something to defend me and my family with in that bad situation. That's what I do with these. Good deal. But the pistol is covered under my carry permit, and I can take it anywhere I can carry my pistol with. And I did get a lifetime carry permit this year. You know, I updated that this year and went lifetime. It was $200 one-time fee, I think it was, and I never had to worry about renewing it again. I wish they'd do it with a driver's license. I don't know why they don't. Is that a quadrille, Daniel? It is a Daniel Defense quadrille. It is a, it's actually a DPMS lower. Lowers, there's actually only like 4 manufacturers of lowers in the United States, so they're basically all the same. It is an LMT. I don't know if you can see that or not. Upper. So I do have a Lewis machining tool upper, and I put a Daniel Defense rail on it. Only problem I have with the Daniel Defense, it doesn't have QD mounts right here. I had to add another Daniel Defense QD mount to it so it sticks out a little bit. I like a QD mount here, and I always run these Troy Ambi QD mounts back here in the back. So I don't know. I wish it had a QD mount right here, and the new ones may. I've had this rail for a very long time. I think this is a 9-inch rail. That's why the barrel sticks out a little bit. But I wish it had a QD mount. So you've seen the pistol compared to this, which is shorter. And I can, I started to say, I can take that anywhere. To take this across state lines, this SBR, I have to write a letter to the NFA and let them know that I'm taking this across state lines. How many ARs do you have? Hey, Hunter. Everybody say hi to Hunter. Hunter is the son of a lady I work with. I appreciate Hunter watching the channel. Heard Hunter's a big fan. I want everybody to say hi to Hunter. Do you have an AR-10 pistol? I do not have an AR-10 pistol. I do have an AR-10, but not a pistol. Hey, Throbber, what's going on, buddy? How's it going? We're talking a little bit about firearms right now. We're going to get the firearms out of the way, and then I've got a few more things to talk about. So everybody's saying hi to Hunter. So like I said, if I want to take this across state lines, I have to fill out paperwork, send it to the NFA. They've got to send me back some paperwork saying I can take this across state lines. I mean, that's, I don't know. that seems like a lot of work. That's one reason you've not seen this shot on the channel yet much, is because Throb says he's leaving the restaurant. He'll be right back. Is because I've not done that yet. And I go shoot in North Carolina, so, you know, my cousin is a police officer over there, and he said they probably wouldn't, you know, do anything to me as long as I had my paperwork saying I was legally to own it, but I don't want to take that chance. That'd be bad. The next thing I want to show you all is a Tavor. X95 Tavor. Oh, to answer your question, Hunter, I don't know. I don't know. 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I really don't know. The Tavor has the Streamlight on the front of it. Gear, you can't bring it across New Jersey. No, I definitely can't bring any of this into New Jersey. The only thing is I can stay either one of these jobs for 90 days. It might be able to actually get out of the bucket. Drive, getting in a car a little. Nice. Where do you go shooting at? I go shooting at my house in North Carolina. I have a house in North Carolina, and I go over there and do all my shooting. That's why I don't take the SBR, because I don't want to get caught across state lines without my paperwork. Now, I will shoot this on the channel. Inevitably, this is going to be on the channel. So I need to fill that out. I have another SBR that's the SIG MPX. So when I fill out the paperwork for the NFA for this one, I'll just go ahead and fill out the paperwork for the NFA on that one. Now, the suppressor, I will shoot here because I don't shoot here because my dog, he's getting old. And I don't want to give him a heart attack. It scares him to death when he hears gunshots, and he just turned 12. And I don't want to give him a heart attack. So, you know, the suppressor doesn't scare him because he can't hear it. So I do it most time. But I want to show you this right here. It's got the Streamlight light. It does have an Aimpoint Comp M4. This is my favorite Aimpoint possibly made. You can see this one is well used. And has a forward grip. And that's about the only thing I've actually done to this rifle. This is a rifle. It has like a 17-inch barrel. The MPX is a nice one. I love my MPX. So this has a 17-inch barrel, but the action is way back here in the stock. So I want to show you this 17-inch barrel, okay? The SBR has a 10. The 17-inch barrel is still shorter. So, what have we learned today? SBRs are a hassle, and they might be a little overrated. I like my SBRs. I used to play with G.I. Joe figures whenever I was little, and that got me into AR-15s, and I always wanted an AR-15. And as soon as I got my full-time job, one of the first things I bought was an AR-15. Gotta love bullpups. You really do. They're so maneuverable. The one thing about, all right, ARs, you know, have weight on the end. I can't get all this in camera, but the weight's out here on the end. You can feel it pulling down in the front because the action's in the middle and you got some weight out there. With an SBR, you can hold this thing one-handed all day long. Hello, Matt. Let's see here. Which Matt's on here? I must have missed it. Not seeing it. Hello, Matt. What's going on? If your paperwork isn't to par, according to whomever, do you lose your weapon? All right, you do not lose your weapon. They will detain you until you can produce the paperwork. Anywhere I take any of my SBRs, live chat. Yeah, good point. Live chat. All right. Anywhere I take any of my SBRs, I have to carry a copy of my paperwork with me. So if I get pulled over, I have to be able to produce that paperwork for this rifle and show them I'm legally owned it. I've went through all the steps to own it. If I can't do that, they will detain me until I can produce that paperwork. Another downside to SBRs are, as one person on here knows, I'm not going to mention who that is. If they want to say they can. But, well, am I on generation? Am I on generation? I don't know. If the ATF or NFA wants to come to my door at 3 o'clock in the morning, ring my doorbell, and ask to see this rifle, I have to be able to produce this rifle. It don't matter what time of day it is, when it is. They can walk up and ask to see any of my Class 3 stuff. I have to be able to produce it, and the paperwork. I mean, it's a little bit of a hassle owning this stuff. Now that's never happened. I've never done anything to need that to happen, but They will do that any time of day. That is true. Any time of day. It doesn't matter. Midnight. They can come, you know. Raptor, what's up? Pretty good, but a bit sleepy. Welcome to the live. They will do that any time of the day. It doesn't matter. Literally, it really does not matter. And you have to be able to produce it. I mean, you do. And if you don't, they will detain you until you can find it. And that would suck royally. But I know where all my paperwork is, and I keep paperwork in different sections and bags and stuff like that. How do you get Class 3 guns license? You have to download this form. I think it's 2 or 3 pages. I can't remember. You have to fill out all this information. You have to get 2 passport photo IDs, and you have to get 2 sets of fingerprints from like your police station, and they have to be on blue sectioned paper. If it's red, that means you're a criminal. You have to have blue. Then you have to get the sheriff to sign off on your paperwork. You have to pay a $200 tax, mail all this in to the NFA, and then wait a year, just about, on average. It's probably about 8 months to a year now. It's a hassle. But you can obtain a Class 3 license when you apply for that. You can. You really can. But I really don't have a need for that. And most people do not. I'm sorry I keep scratching my nose, but it is dry. I may have like a beard hair or something poking me. It's driving me nuts. But most people really don't have a need. If you're in California, I totally understand it. But outside of California, it'd be a hassle to get that. But what I started to say is you can hold one of these. Wow, ain't nobody got time for that. I know. That's why I don't own more of them, just because I don't want to wait that long. So, I mean, you can hold this one-handed. It is perfectly balanced pretty much. I mean, for a bullpup, I really like the X95. They can keep it for as long as they want. They kept mine for over 6 months because someone used in a shooting and killed someone. That is awful. That is awful. I remember talking about that. I didn't want to mention that. I didn't know if you wanted to. But Krista, what's up, Krista? How's it going? You missed the gun talk. But yeah, that is awful. One thing I do want to show about this, and I'm sure I'll show this when I shoot it because I've not shot this either, but it does have flip-up sights, and they made them into the Picatinny rail. Look at that. That's fancy. And the front one is tritium, so it glows. That's pretty sweet. You don't see a lot of tritium sights made into factory guns. So that's something I kind of wanted to go over. I kind of wanted to go over some of the pros and cons of owning these. I may do a complete video on this. Thanks, Hunter. I appreciate that. I saw the gun talk on Rob Stone. Cool, cool. You know, I may go over some of this on a video. I've been debating on that. It kind of makes me a little nervous talking about SBRs and pistols because at one time, go blow your nose. I don't need to blow it. It's something poking it. It's like it's itching, like my beard's poking it or something. It's driving me crazy. It's like I have a beard hair like right here and it's poking me right inside the nose. They make it so hard, Courtney, it's just not worth going. I agree. And I probably won't buy any more SBRs. I would love to have a 300 blackout upper and a suppressor. That is on my bucket list, to buy a 300 blackout and a 10.5 inch and a suppressor that'll work on that. Maybe like the Sandman S, I think it is, by Dead Air Suppressors. I hate it when beard hairs. I know it when they get pokey, I'm just going crazy. The gun porn is over already. Oh well. You know, I've spent 28 minutes on gun porn, but I probably want to do that, and I can also use that upper on the pistol, or I can use that upper on my SBR. As long as you have a lower that is an SBR, it doesn't matter what upper's on it. The lower is registered as the SBR, not the upper. So you can change the upper in and out, especially as long as you keep the length. Now, when I changed the length of this upper from a 7.5 to a 10.5, I did contact the NFA, and they did send me paperwork saying that I'd contacted them. You should spend an hour on I can spend an hour on it. I really can, because I can talk about guns all day. Just ask anybody. I get started talking about guns, and I can talk all day long. Edge says he can't have any of that stuff I showed. I'm sorry, Edge. Some of this stuff's a lot of fun. If you ever come down, buddy, and we meet up, I'll let you shoot all this stuff. You know, I don't mind at all, especially of people that can't own it. So, you know, I really don't mind. Man, Brian, that's got to suck to love New Jersey and their Nazi gun. I know, that's awful. I just seen this when I scratched my nose. I've always wanted a Rolex. I actually shot a video on this. I just ain't edited it yet. I've always wanted a Rolex. Can't afford a Rolex. So I bought the Christopher Ward C600 Trident. This is probably the best watch under $1,000 you can buy. I'm just going to say it. It has a nice weight to it, and I'm not doing a watch review. Oh man, I thought you were tripping a bottle of Jim Beam. No, it's Pure Leaf. I'm trying a different tea since the other one hurt my mouth. I thought I'd try something else. I love tea, so I thought I'd try another brand. This is probably the best watch under $1,000 that you can possibly buy. It looks a lot like a Rolex Submariner, which is what I want. Thanks again for the hoodie and t-shirt. You are quite welcome, Hunter. Thank you for being a big fan of the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Holly tells me every day, and I do see your mom about every day, and she tells me every day that you really like the channel, and I appreciate that. I told her to tell you last week that I have a live stream every Friday, and she didn't do it, so get on to her. Get on to her. This thing holds, I've had this watch now 4 months or 5 months. It's holding 2.5 seconds. Plus 2.5 seconds is all it's gaining per day. That's cost. A Rolex like this will cost almost $10,000. Aren't you afraid you'll scratch it? That's awesome. Worried about when I wore it spin. Nah, I don't worry about that, man. Hey guys, going in the radiation room with my wife. A good night to all. Thanks for everything. Going into listening mode on. Jack, I wish you the best of luck, buddy. I wish your wife the best of luck. Tell her I'm still praying for y'all, and good luck, seriously. Like I said, I don't worry about scratching it a whole lot. I mean, it's a watch. It wasn't $10,000. I actually got this on sale. I think it was just a little over $600. It still was an expensive watch. I'm not saying it's not, but it's holding COSC. COSC is what Rolex is. So when they make Rolex makes their own in-house movements. When they make those, they send them to Sweden, and Sweden tests them. They have to, what's the watch called again? It's a Christopher Ward C600 Trident Pro. That's what it's called. And they're made in London. This watch actually was shipped from London. It took about 2.5 days to get to Tennessee from London. So they have really good shipping from there. Gold platinum. No, it's just stainless steel, buddy. That's all it is. But it's an automatic watch. Hand wind, hacking, and everything like that. I've had this watch in the ocean, beat it on the ground. It does actually have a ceramic bezel, which Rolexes have also. That is one thing it shares with it. The numbers are actually indented into the bezel. Most watches at the $600 to under $1,000 price range has these painted on. They're not indented. So for the money, this watch is awesome. And like I said, plus 2.5 seconds, that is within COSC. That is why one reason Rolexes cost so much money is because they'll hold within like 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds a day. I forget exactly how high COSC go. I do like the ceramic bezel. Yes, the ceramic bezel is very hard to scratch. I have scratched it, but it's very hard to scratch. You're one to talk, Rob. I swear I think you found some gold on your way down to Texas and you're being able to afford all that stuff. That's funny. If you did, I'm going to go to Texas. Looks like a nice watch. It is a very nice watch. Seriously, it does have the date complication in it, and it does have like 28,800 beats. So it's a sweeping hand. That's the same beats that a Rolex has. So it's a sweeping hand. If I may, want to thank anyone that subs the channel here. Hit 5,800 just a few minutes. Congratulations, Throb, on 5,800. Keep on trucking, buddy. You'll be up there in no time. You won't have to get no job. It'll be awesome. I told my boss today, I was like, a few years, maybe I can retire from here. He looked at me like I was crazy, but people do it. People do it. I don't know. Dan, how far to drive from Yellowstone? God, Yellowstone's nerve-wracking. Great watch, though. If you're looking for a nice watch under $1,000, check out Christopher Ward. Like I said, 2.5 seconds a day. I don't like watches that lose time. If they lose time, that means you have to reset them every once in a while. If they gain time, you can just stop it and then restart it. So let it gain about 10 or 15 seconds over a week, week and a half. Pull the stem out, stop it. James says, awesome. Well, hey, James, how's it going, buddy? Welcome to the live stream. I like the Citizen Chrono, but I have a problem breaking the clasp. I understand. This band is really nice. For $600, I thought they should have put screw-in links. They're still the push links. Christopher Mobbin, SKX007. That's a great watch. The only problem I have with the XKX is it's not hacking. When you pull the stem out, it doesn't stop. Can't wait to pick up my P10C. Kyle, that is an awesome gun. And I'll tell you what, I think next month they come out with the subcompact P10C that you can mount the optics on. I will buy that as soon as possible and get it up on the channel as soon as I do. I hope I can get it like my Glock 45 was. I have about 30 watches, have a little problem. So you have a watch problem. And I noticed, all right, I'm a watch guy. I really am. I'm a watch guy. I love watches. My uncle let me play with his Rolex. When I was little, I actually talked to Jack about this a while back. When I was little, my uncle had a Rolex presidential. He let me play with 18 karat gold. When I was probably 8 or 10, he let me play with it. Subcompact PTC coming. Kidding? Yeah, it is coming, and I think it's next month. They're making a full size, a subcompact, and then the regular one, and they will all be kind of like the MOS version of the Glocks, where you can mount different optics on it, and they have a plate that covers it if you don't want to run an optic. I think those are dropping next month, and they'll be one of them on the channel as soon as I can get it. Like I started to say, those are kind of like I want to do it, Alabama fan for life. No, go Gators, Hunter. Go Gators. Don't let Holly do that to you. Don't let her do it. I bought the Glock 45 3 days before consumers could buy it. And I got it on the channel, and it did real good on the channel. And I'm hoping to be able to do the same thing with the P10C. So I'm hoping. But anyway, the SKX is not it's not hacking, so the second hand doesn't stop. I set this watch with my G-Shock, which links to the clock in Colorado. I forget what that's called. There's a clock in Colorado. Crap, I can't remember. But anyway, it syncs to that, so it's always right. It's never wrong. And I sync this exactly to the second with my G-Shock, so it's never wrong. It drives me nuts. So that's the only thing I got against the SKX, but that is a very iconic Seiko and a very workhorse ETA inside it movement. Great watch. Other than it doesn't hack. That's my only problem. So we're going to get into some other stuff now. We talked about some guns. We talked about some watches, which I was not even planning on talking about watches. I just happened to see that when I scratched my nose, and I thought, I'm going to tell y'all about a great watch. And like I said, I've had this thing in the ocean. I've had it so gritty that the dial wouldn't even hardly turn, and there's a place in here that ratchets, kind of like the Rolex does. It has a ratchet band to adjust for a wetsuit, and I had so much sand in it that it wouldn't ratchet. And I got it all cleaned out when I got home. It still holds that. It still holds that same 2.5 seconds. I beat it on the bottom of the ocean. Crazy. Looks like 6 hours from Portland. I got really hyped up on the G45, but went right back to the G19 even faster. Great guns, though. I really like my G45. I got to be totally honest with you guys. I bought it for the channel. I did. I knew it was going to be a big hit, so I bought it for the channel because I could get it early. And I'll show y'all what I'm carrying. Does the type of suppressor matter for each gun? Yes. Let's see. What does that say? Longines Legend Diver. Man, Longines makes good watches. They really do make good watches. I thought he had wood channel. All right, here's what I'm carrying. I'm not going to show you it's empty, and you can guess why. But right here's what I'm carrying. It is a Glock 19. It is a Zev custom with the RMR on it. I do want to tell you all that my slide that is being done, my custom slide, is done. They emailed me yesterday. It is done. It's coming from California. It should be here probably middle of next week. There'll be a lot of videos on that. You can expect a video of an unboxing, so I can show you all it has a custom camo pattern on it. It should look gorgeous. I'll do a video of mounting the sights and the RMR on it and putting the guts back in it. Don't forget to bang the like button. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that, buddy. I'll put the guts back in the slide. I'll mount the sights. I've never done a sight mounting for a Glock. Dude, all your Glock vids are making me want to give them another try. Dude, I love Glocks. All right, a stock Glock does feel blocky. I agree with you on that. It really does. If you look at this grip, it is stippled. These right here are not your normal finger grooves. And it does have, hang on, man. It's empty. So it does have this undercut right here and another undercut here. It lets my hand get right up on it, and look at my fingers. They fit perfectly in this. Now, it took me about 3 or 4 days to get this exactly right like I want it. My next one, I'll probably send the slide off to Dynamics so they can do the slide too. But that's perfect. That is perfect. And I did all this myself. I wish I'd have done this a little different. It works well, and that's all that matters. Aesthetically, I could have made it a little better. Are they Talon grips? Nope, I stippled this. This is all stipple work, if you can see right there. Every bit of it. I stippled it with a soldering iron. That's how you do home stippling. That's how everybody does it. That's how some big companies even do it, with a soldering iron, believe it or not. More people are starting to use lasers and stuff like that to do it though, and they probably get a more consistent pattern. But I don't think that came out too bad for the first time I'd ever done that. First time I'd ever undercut it. First time I'd ever stippled. And the first time I'd ever scalloped a mag well. I did all that by myself. Thanks, Edge. I appreciate it. Came out very well. Never had a problem with it. How do you make a Glock heavier with less recoil? You add a light to the front of it. You add a light to the front of a Glock. How much did that G19 cost? This one, if you bought this, and if you just bought the Zev Custom, which I bought the slide, I didn't buy the whole gun, I did the framework myself. I think Zev Customs are around $1,300 or $1,400. Then the RMR will run you another $500. The sights are about $100. The barrel was about $150. The trigger was actually sent to me for review, but I think there's $60. This is the best bang for buck for trigger. Best bang for buck right here. Glock is heavy enough. I don't have a problem with it. Rob's got some soft hands. He's got some soft hands. He can't handle the recoil that, you know, all of us manly men can handle. So he's trying to, but if you put a light on the front of it like this, it weighs the front end down a little bit and it'll take that out. Thanks for a sub. Do you have a channel? It'll weigh the front end down. I'm also going to run a compensator on my next Glock. I've never done that. I've got a gold tie-eye barrel. I'm going to buy gold screws to match it to go in here. It's going to be pimp. It's going to look pretty awesome, actually. But the tie-eye is really slick. It's not just gold. It's just really, really slick. It's fluted. The slide, I'm not going to tell you all about it. Wait till y'all see it. Good God, you must be rich. Nope, I am not rich. Spend a lot of money. I'm poor. But can't wait to get the new one in. I'm actually so poor that I'm going to take this RMR off and put it on my new gun, because right now I can't afford a new RMR, because I want to do a huge giveaway for you guys at Christmas. So instead of buying an RMR, I'm going to do a giveaway. So, but I don't care. I'll buy an RMR next year and I'll replace that RMR then. I'll probably buy an RMR 2. They've got a generation 2 out, or a second iteration. And they say these had battery issues where they flicker. I run this little silver plate right here, and the battery is about right here on this RMR. The plate has a hump in it, which pushes the battery up, and mine don't flicker. So if you'll buy one of them plates, you won't have a problem. 357 revolver, Mike. I shoot a 357 revolver, 75 pounds. He's got girly hands. I will say the Glock 19 is 4.5 ounces less than my FNS 9. Yeah, you know, a lot of polymer guns are within 5 ounces of each other, and 5 ounces is very negligible. Raptors have a good one. Yeah, have a good night. I didn't see he was leaving. You have a great night, Raptor. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. But Most polymer frame guns are going to be within 5 ounces of each other. And if you're not carrying a ton of weight, ounces make pounds and pounds make pain. If you're not carrying, 75 pounds on you, you're probably not going to have a problem carrying 5 more ounces. I'm just saying. I carry a lot of weight on me with all the stuff I carry, and 5 ounces still wouldn't make a big deal to me. Dan, if I got a hold of a Glock with that much grip, I would tear my hands up. Come on, Dan. Quit putting on the lotion on your hands. Go out and stick them in the sand. Get them all roughed up. I had Pure Leaf tea once, never had again. I'm not a big fan of it. I have to say, it's not as sweet as I like. I had the extra sweet earlier today at lunch. I bought this at lunch, actually. It was okay. The extra sweet is about as sweet as the other one, whatever the gold leaf was I normally drink, just without being extra sweet. Feel you, Dan. Us soft skinned fellas need to slick together. Oh, Rob and Dan's forming a alliance here. All right, so I'm going to get in some other stuff. Look at all this. Look at all this I've not even covered yet. I make notes for you people. Notes. I don't get much flip from mine, but the Glock seems like it's a lot snappier than the FN. And it may be. I can't remember that. Does the FNS? Yeah, the FNS has a hammer, and the FNX does not. So mine was a FNX, and there was something about the trigger that didn't fit my hand perfectly, but I did have an FNX9 at one time. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am really, really considering buying an FN 509 Tactical. Man, that's nice. You're scripted. I'm not scripted. I'm scripted because I wrote all this out. I scripted it myself. I just don't want to forget nothing. That's what I do for you people. I script and sleeve. Just kidding. FNS is single action. Okay, I understand. Who scripted, me or Andy? I am. He's saying I'm scripted because I made notes so I wouldn't forget anything. I do want to say something, though. Before I have like 6 football picks. I love college football, so while it's going, I'm going to throw in 4 or 5 picks, 6 picks. I did like 5 picks, and I did the Gators because I'm a Gators fan. I wouldn't normally do a game like that, and I always do like an upset game. Don't forget to read the part that says Throb Nation is a loser. Why would you say you're a loser? You're not a loser, Throb. Repeat after me. I am somebody. FN 45 Tactical is single action. I love the FNX 45 Tactical. Oh, I don't own any 45s anymore. I got rid of all that. Sold all the ammo. Florida gets whooped. No. Quit listening to your mother. She is corrupting you. I don't own any more 45s. I got rid of all the 45s. I own like 12 custom 1911s at one time. Sold them all. Sold all the ammo. I stick mainly with 9mm now. That way I don't have to buy 14 different kinds of ammo. I just buy one. But the FNX 45 Tactical, sweet. Sweet. All right, but what I want to say first is I feel real bad for this guy, Clayton Kershaw. Dodgers pitcher. Feel awful for him. He just signed a 3-year extension for $93 million. I don't know how he's going to make it. I don't know. I mean, seriously. That's sweet of you, Dan. What did Dan say? I missed Dan's comment. Oh. Anyway, $93 million. I don't know how he's going to make it. I mean, if I only made $93 million over the next 3 years, I'd probably file for bankruptcy. They'd probably come get my Tundra. Take it back. I don't know. That's a lot of money. That's a ton of money. Don't buy 14, just buy 14 different. I know, that's kind of what I went with. 93 mil, that's insane. I know, $93 million for 3 years. Crazy. Oh, if anybody's Game of Thrones fans, I looked this up today. 93 mil, you know what the tax. I wouldn't care what the taxes are on $93 million. I went in to buy a lottery ticket the other day when it was up to like $1.5 billion. I was like, heck yeah. They got the same odds I got. So I went and bought a lottery ticket. Some guy said, can you imagine the taxes on that? I said, I got $20 in this. I would take $1 million for I know it. I said, I've got $20 in this. I don't care. Sin 556. Sin 5.56. Is that, you talking about the Sin watch, or you talking about the 5.56 caliber? Andy, why do you have to mention Christmas? Did I mention Christmas? I've been watching Christmas. I've been listening to Christmas music lately, but I don't think I meant. Did I mention? Oh, the giveaway. Because I'm doing a giveaway at Christmas. That's my 1-year anniversary. I started this channel, I think, on December 27th. So that'll be my 1-year anniversary. And I've got a giveaway that I'm planning out. I don't want to spill the beans just yet. I'd like to get in contact with the company, see if they'll help me a little bit. But it's going to be a pretty big giveaway. Enig, did I miss Enig's? Enig, what's up? 93 millions and lost back-to-back world. I know it. $93 million and lost. I can lose for $93 million. I'm just saying. I played a lot of ball in my life. Didn't win every game either, and I didn't get paid nowhere near $93 million. Won some home run derbies in my life, and still, I made some money off that, but it wasn't $93 million. So, if anybody watches Game of Thrones, 2019, not come back on 19, sucks. I like Game of Thrones. We watch Game of Thrones. You're so far behind on the comments, it's going to take him half. No, Dan. Have you not noticed what I'm doing? James Lawson, do you get the negative effects from weather with the end? Weather with the end. Do you get any negative effects from weather with the end? I'm not sure I understand the question. I don't think so. Are you going to ask questions about your channel for the big giveaway? I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. RMR. Oh, no. So the RMR, let me go ahead and discuss that. We'll get back to guns for just a second. So the RMR projects the red dot in the screen. So even if you get something on the front of the screen, the red dot will still project into the screen. If the screen fogs up, it will still project it. So let's take, this one don't have one on it. Let's take this aim point, for instance. If this back one is clear, and they send them clear, but the front one is not. You can turn this aim point on and look through it with the front covered and use both eyes open like you're supposed to shoot. If you're trained to shoot both eyes, I don't know if you do or not, but that's where you're supposed to shoot. And your left eye will compensate and put that dot exactly where it's supposed to be. I forget what that's called. So even if it does fog up, you can still see that red dot. And your left eye will work just like it does on an aim point with the front cover up, and you'll still make shots on target. So I don't see a big difference with that at all when I carry that, so I don't really worry about it. The only way that the RMR will fail is if the battery goes dead, or it malfunctions like electronically, or you actually bust the glass. So, but if you bust the glass, you should still train with iron sights and be proficient with them. So, you know, I'm just now getting decent with an optic. I'm still more comfortable with iron sights than I am optics at this point, but optics are the future. I mean, that's just the way it is. Optics are the future. So that's what we're going, that's where I'm going to. All right, daylight savings times this weekend. Don't forget to set your clocks back on Sunday. Is it back? Fall forward. Spring back. Fall forward. Set them forward. GOT is my favorite. Game of Thrones is my favorite. I love Game of Thrones. Love it. But it's not coming on until 2019. My dog looks like he's fixing to jump off the bed, and he's going to go scratch on the door. Just saying. So you're going to hear him because nobody will come back here and let him out. Let's see. Another thing. This blows my mind. And Dan, back to your comment. I'm not reading all the comments. I catch some of them, but I don't read all the comments anymore most of the time. I try to set up stuff like this so I don't read the comments, and you all get a little bit, you know. I've had some comments on my channel about why you reading the comments. Hey Jimmy, what's going on? Welcome to the live stream. I'm glad you're here. Andy, my mom said it's callback. It's callback. What's callback? You tell your mom if fall back. Okay, fall back. Okay. Yeah, set them back. I started to say you tell your mom something, but don't you tell your mom because I'm going to be nice right now. But your mom knows what I'm going to tell you. And she's told me that if I told you that I would lose a subscriber because she'd make you unsubscribe. So you can go ask her what I told her that I was going to tell you and bug her about that. All right, back to what I started to say. Apu is leaving The Simpsons. Let that sink in for a minute. Apu is the little quickie mart guy that worked at Quickie Mart, little Indian dude. And they're taking him off The Simpsons because he offends people. It's a cartoon. Seriously, it's a cartoon. I heard that. Tell him why. He offends people. That's what they're saying. He's been on The Simpsons since the very first season. The Simpsons have been on air for like 25 years or something. I mean, it's ridiculous how long they've been on air. And they're taking him off because he offends people. All new cartoons offend me. I know. Come on, people. It's a cartoon. It's supposed to be funny. They're not really making fun of nobody, she told me. I know, right? I know. I told her what I was going to say, too. But I just don't know where this world's going. That's nuts. Strange society we live in. I agree. No, not the mini mart dude. Yes, the mini mart dude. And now it will be a huge discrimination thing. That's what it is. I mean, it's a no-win situation right there. And they were saying he was being a stereotype, and he was had the thick accent and run the Quickie Mart and all that stuff. I mean, seriously, I don't know. Yeah, thank you. Come again. I know it. I don't even know what to say about that. We live in a society where people get offended about cartoons. With all the problems in the world, we worry about a cartoon. I don't know if y'all can hear my dog growling. He's growling. I didn't want Gear to mention Christmas because now he has to mention that I got to buy gifts for all my family members and I'm going to be broke. Hey, do like I do, man. I told my family members I wasn't buying them nothing. I told them that last year and didn't buy them anything. I bought the kids stuff. I said, look, it's easy to see who controls them. It is, Enoch. It really, really is. Ever see Family Guy? I know it, man. What's that? They have to take the whole family off Family Guy if they do that. Family Guy's actually funny. I like Family Guy better than The Simpsons. Don't know, Gear. It's our duty as people to worry about it. I know, it's crazy. But God, I just don't know about that. With all the problems in the world today, it's because Hillary Clinton didn't get elected. Probably. My wife asked me a question. I don't do politics on this channel, and I'm not going to do politics now. But I am going to make a comment. My wife asked me the other day, she goes, what happens if the Democrats get elected? And my question was, I'm a gun channel. Obviously, you all know I'm Republican. Gun rights. I mean, so I'm not going to get into the politics stuff, but I do want to say this. So I told her, what happens if they don't? I mean, you've got Antifa now beating up everybody. You've got riots and stuff all over the place. So, House Pan's finger. I'll tell you here in just a minute. So, if they get elected, that'll probably calm down. It's if they don't get elected is going to be the problem. I had no idea I unsubbed. That's funny. Pam's finger's doing a lot better. It's not as black as it was. It's still a little bit black, and that's not a racial thing. Just by the way, I just want to let y'all know. Talking about, I poo there a minute ago. But she can move it a little bit, and she said it doesn't hurt nowhere near as bad as it did. But I don't know. I just don't know where this world's going. I was just shocked when I heard that. Reps keep the Senate, Dems take the House. Maybe. That's possible. The Second Amendment is my favorite amendment. It is my favorite amendment, too. And, the Second Amendment wasn't wrote for us to be able to keep our firearms for, let's see here. I am libertarian. I don't subscribe to them yet. Kay, I forgive you resubbed. His buddy growling because of what you just said. Oh, yeah, that's probably what it is. He's growling because he wants out the door. I knew he didn't want in here, but Pam and Michaela had took Pam's brother home. He don't have a car, one of them, and they took him home. So I knew he wouldn't stay outside if I left him out. He'd be scratching on the door the whole time. I knew if I let him in here, he would get tired of being in here and then go over and scratch on the door. It was one of those lose-lose situations. There was no good answer either way. So I put him in here because I knew he'd stay quietest the longest. He almost made it an hour. And now he's scratching on the door, and nobody will come let him out. They'll just sit there and listen to him. Same here, Hunter. Same as those anti-gun people, yuck. They all have the same freedom of speech. See, freedom of speech is protected by the Second Amendment, though. The Second Amendment was allowed to protect ourselves against, it's to protect ourselves against a tyrannous government. That's exactly why we have the right to bear arms. And the Second Amendment protects the First Amendment. So without firearms, you probably won't have the right to freedom of speech. Just saying. I wish somebody could let the dog out. He's really starting to annoy me. All right, we're getting into some football picks. We'll make this quick because I know some of y'all don't like football. So we'll get it. Andy, you are so incorrect. It's spring forward and fall. Yeah, it's fall back. Sorry. I don't know all that stuff. It's my G-Shock sets itself. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. My G-Shock sets itself, and I reset my automatic watch to G-Shock. So since it's synced to the atomic clock in Colorado, it automatically resets itself. Well, in that case, I plead the fifth. That's funny. Also, the G-Shock is actually solar powered too, so I never have to charge it and the battery doesn't go dead. So, all right, first pick. We're going to make this quick because I know some of y'all don't watch college football, but some of you do, so I like to do this because I like college football. Georgia versus, no, you jumped down off the bed. You can't get back up here. Georgia versus Kentucky. Number 8, Georgia, it's at Kentucky. Number 9, Kentucky, Georgia beats Kentucky. This is going to be Kentucky's second loss. Kentucky beat Florida, not holding that against them. I think it woke us up. Georgia all the way. Mike's got Georgia too. Believe in it. Throb's got Kentucky. He's an Ohio State fan, so you got to take that with a grain of salt. Purdue beat them like by 20 points. So, I don't know. Alabama versus LSU. We'll get to that one, Hunter. We will get to that one. That is a big game tomorrow. Missouri versus Florida. Florida is still number 11. They're ranked 11th, right outside the top 10. They'll be ranked in the top 10 next week because Kentucky's going to lose. Florida's beating Missouri. Just saying. It's in the swamp. Missouri ain't beating them in the swamp. Number 13, West Virginia versus number 17, Texas. It's at Texas. Shh, we don't speak that Indiana teams. That's funny. The right to bear arms as long as you comply with government rules. That is very true. Alabama versus NFL. Alabama. I agree with that. Buddy is driving me nuts. All right, y'all hang on just a second. I'm letting this dog outside because he is driving me insane. So I'm going to give you that right there to look at for a minute. And I will be right back. I'm just going to let him out the door. Ugh. And I'm going to make y'all sick while I do it. Because this dog is driving me nuts. Here, go on outside. Here, get out there. Go on. Have at it. All right, sorry about that. Very, very, very sorry about that. But he was not going to shut up, and he was driving me insane. All right, back. And unfortunately, I turned it the wrong way. There we go. Now we're back. My God, where does Pam sleep? I know it, right? I don't know. But I'm back. It didn't take long. Just needed to throw it up there. But he quit your shh. I know it. He just won't shut up. He heard him in there. He can't see good anymore, but when he hears something, he's got to go inspect it. Next, I got West Virginia there. So I didn't say that. Holy mother of Jesus. I know, right? Got West Virginia beating Texas. I don't think Texas has a good defense. Don't know which Texas team's going to show up, but my man Will Greer used to be a quarterback at Florida. He's beating them. Number 14, Penn State versus number 5, Michigan. Michigan's beating them. Michigan's beating Penn State. Penn State's kind of going downhill. They've got them. I'm going to give you my upset game last. Number 1, Alabama versus number 3, LSU. Game of the night right now. Penn State. How are you picking Penn State? You're an Ohio State fan, or you want Penn State to win so Ohio State can, look better at their loss or something. Bama. I agree with that. Bama's going to win this game. Close game. It's in LSU, Death Valley, 7 o'clock game at night. Very, very hard to play. Oh, I see what you're doing there. Yeah, I know why you don't like it. I figured you wouldn't like either team. You'd want them both to like tie or both lose. Very hard to play in Death Valley at night. Very, very hard. Alabama wins a close one. They pull it out in the fourth quarter. That's what I think. This is why we need to nicely take all the people who get offended over everything, little thing, problem with the rocket ships. Yeah. Andy, shut up. I said Alabama's going to win. It's Saturday night game. It is a Saturday night game. It's hard to play in LSU at Death Valley at night. I think Alabama pulls it out in the fourth quarter. They could win by 2 touchdowns. I don't think they'll ever be over 2 touchdowns. So that's my prediction for Alabama. Upset game of the week. Purdue versus Iowa. Purdue lost one. Beat Ohio State. Might be why it's my upset game. I knew Rob would be on here and Chris would be on here. Maybe I wanted to stir the pot a little bit. Lost the next game. Oh, I hear you, blah, 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 blah. I'm almost done, Courtney. Almost done. This is the last one. So I'm thinking they're going to win every other game. This is the off week. So I've got Purdue beating number 16 Iowa at home. So that's my pick. No. Yep, they got beat, Rob. They got beat. Ohio State got beat. They're, what, ranked 10th? Right above us. Mike's got Iowa. They might win. I don't know. But my pick is for the upset, Purdue. All right, some car news. Get on some of those car people. The new Type R is coming out November the 3rd, along with a new hatch. I guess like a Civic hatch manual, kind of like what Rob has, is what I'm guessing. If Democrats get elected, it equals, I don't know about that, but it's, whew. Are you sure final score, Alabama 160, LSU 0? If you take the 0 off of the 160, it could be 16-0, but I don't think it'll leave me that. I think both teams will score. Alabama's defense has not been as good this year as it been in the past. Alabama's offense is the best offense in college football, or maybe even one of the best ones Alabama's ever had. And I don't tell Rob about the new Civic. I got to tell him about the new Civic. Actually, his Civic probably already has some of this stuff. It's the Type R that really has a lot of the new features. He may want a new Type R, though. Just saying. All right. So, but anyway, Alabama's offense is probably one of the better ones in college football. And I think they win it. Close game. Close. Huh? New Civic? Huh? What? New Civic? All right. Type R coming out. You're evil, Andy. He's got to get a new one. He's had this thing like, what, 4 months? He can't, huh? I don't know. I think I'll trade my Civic for a Hyundai Veloster. You know, those things are a little bit expensive. Yep, new Civic coming to your channel, Rob. All right, Type R and hatch going on sale. I agree with the defense being bad, totally. On sale November 3rd. The Type R, you know, starting price, $35,700. You'll never find one for that. They're selling for more than that, but that's what it is, $35,700. The hatch will start at $21,450. They're getting some tweaks and something they need. And Rob has talked about this. I've talked about this, about our SI. So I'm going to get into this a little bit. The interior is getting some enhancements. Ooh, some enhancements. They're getting a volume knob. I know, Mike. I'm jonesing. Throb, did you hear that? Volume knob. 2019 has a volume knob. Not that stupid push button. It actually has buttons on the radio too, instead of just the little touch things. Nothing wrong with the Hyundai Veloster. There's nothing wrong with the Veloster. They're a little expensive, but there's nothing wrong with them. Did they fix the brakes? I didn't say anything about the brakes in that article I just read earlier, but evil devil. Yes, volume knob. I want to say it again. Volume knob. Rob, I'm going to guess your hatch, your Civic Sport hatch, has a volume knob. Does it not? I'm assuming it probably does. Our SI does not. But I think I heard you say one time, love your Toyota. Thanks, Hunter. I appreciate that. I'm Pretty big fan of it. I just don't always drive it. I thought it did, but the Type R is going to have one now too, and I'm assuming that the SI will as well. The light for the parking brake, and this is going to be on both of them. Throb already has a knob. I know, right? It's your knob. Throb has your knob. Would make an awesome Christmas gift, Krista. It would, or Rob could just buy it by himself. Oh my gosh, he's going to get one tomorrow. Probably. Since Ohio State's already lost, he ain't got no reason to watch them because they're not going to make it to the playoffs, so he might as well go buy a Civic. The light for the parking brakes. When you put the parking brake on now, it's going to have a light on it to show it's engaged. Not that that's a huge deal, but when you get in it, I have got in our Civic, started up and started to leave, and it like jerk because the parking brake was on and I didn't know it. So now they're going to put a light on that. They're having a new color coming out, Rob. A brand new color. Ooh, new color. Yep, tomorrow is the 3rd. It is the 3rd, ain't it? Did I do that on purpose? I don't know, Krista. I've got Edge's first knob. I might have done this on purpose because tomorrow's the 3rd. Of course, they won't be on car lots tomorrow, probably. They may be in Texas, though. Texas is pretty big. Make your encourage. So they're coming out with a Sonic Gray Pearl. How nice does that sound, Rob? Sonic Gray Pearl. Can you imagine a new Type R with a volume knob and actual buttons in Sonic Gray Pearl? Oh, that'd be beautiful sitting in the garage. Beautiful. Beautiful. You could take... Hey, Justin, what's going on? We're talking Rob into buying a new Civic. It's all right. We've been here for a little while. We don't have a lot more, but we got a little bit. So, Rob, think about this. Take the money you got from the clutch, trade that in, put that money down, get the Sonic Gray Pearl, be the first one on YouTube to have it. That was my first choice when I got my Civic. Be the first one on YouTube with a Type R and Sonic Gray Pearl. Oh, the views. It'll pay for itself. Oh, man. You hearing this, Krista? Pay for itself. Justin says, sounds perfect. Rob can't pass it up. I can sell ice cubes to an Eskimo. So, just saying. It's pay for itself. Yep, Courtney. One Throb, you were second. Let's see here. When y'all know where I stand when it comes to football. I already know. Root for the Broncos. Laughing. Just unsubbed, Andy. Here's the deal. 10,000 subs and I'll buy one tomorrow. There's only one of me. I can't guarantee 10,000 subs. I don't have 10,000 people on this live stream. Next. iPhone users. I know there's some iPhone users on here. Some of you aren't. I want to give you a heads up. Some of you may have already done this. The new iOS 12 point, whatever the crap it is they come out with, I don't even know what it is now. If you do that upgrade, it has been said, why so many dislikes? I don't know. I didn't endorse nobody. I had the dislikes before we even talked about anything like that. Hey, Justin, Rob is talking to you. If you do that upgrade, it's slowing your phone down. Even the iPhone X, like I've got, it slows it down because it's time to kick Buddy out. I've already kicked Buddy out. He's gone. Because the battery, just like last year when they did the battery thing, when it was slowing the phones down, stuff like that, and phones weren't working good, the battery started jacking up and they replaced the batteries. Well, they don't want to do that again this year. So when they do the upgrade, it slows your phone down so it preserves the batteries. So I don't know. New update is not great. I ain't done it yet. Probably won't. Oh, gun porn. I did the gun porn. I've talked about guns quite a bit. We'll do gun porn again next week, though. All right. Throb. See, Krista, I want to apologize before I even talk about this. I want to go ahead and apologize. Dude, Rolex's iPhone X, new guns is JD hiring. I don't own a Rolex. And all these guns aren't new. Actually, there's none of these new. None of these. I've owned all these like at least a year and a half or 2 years. So nothing I showed today was new at all. The SBR I've probably owned for, I don't know, 8 or 10 years. So, and actually for the bullpup, I traded another bullpup dead even for it. Had a used bullpup. It was worth more. They traded me even. What's the matter, Rob? Are you hurt? Throb, I'm moving tomorrow. Apologize. I'm so sorry, Krista. I'm so sorry. Not really. Here we go. Next subject. You're going to like this, though, Krista. You're going to like this. New Jeep truck. Huh? New Jeep truck. The new Jeep truck is going to debut on November the 28th at the LA Auto Show. You hearing this, Rob? Are you listening? Yes, the new Jeep truck debuting November 28th, LA Auto Show. So, it is going to be in a 4-door. I seen pictures of it. You know, it's camoed out. They put all them weird wavy lines in it, so you really can't see it. I really want that Jeep truck. I know. We just talked about this not too long ago. It made me think about it. Jeep truck sounds like a Ridgeline. Doesn't really look like a Ridgeline. It's more square. Looks more like a Jeep. LA on 28, Chris will be there. I saw it. It does look interesting. See, I knew you'd like this. You like Jeeps. They do have a 4-door in it. They might call it the Scrambler. Don't say Jeep suck. Krista's got one. I can't hold her off of you, Hunter. She may come down here to Tennessee. I don't know. The Scrambler, in 1986, a CJ8 truck was called a Scrambler. And they're talking about, bringing that name back and having something to do with the Scrambler. They've teased around with it and stuff like that. They don't know if that's exactly what's going to be called, but it might have the Scrambler in it. Hunter, shame on you. That's blasphemy. Jeeps are awesome. Toyotas do not suck. You've lost your mind. Hunter's mom has a 4Runner. He'll fight you over that. VG6 Epsilon on a 10.5 inch or stick my cat can. 10.5 will stick or stick to my cat can. Nice. My Jeep rocks it. I do like your Jeep. Interesting. I need to get a job or two at Walmart. Tennessee is up to gear. Tennessee is up gear. What do you mean Tennessee is up? Gear is killing me. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? Welcome to the live stream, buddy. It's going to have a removable roof, and there's been teases that'll have a diesel option. A diesel option. Imagine the gas. King, what's up? How's it going, King? Welcome to the live stream, buddy. Imagine the gas mileage you would get in that truck with a diesel. I'm just saying. I mean, think about that. I mean, you'd probably get like 26 or 28 miles a gallon or more. It'd be crazy. We can start. King is finally here. Roofs can be removable. The roofs on a Jeep can be removable. So what's up, everyone? Nothing, King. Just kind of winding down. Been on here about 78 minutes now. Showed some gun porn earlier. Talked about a ton of stuff. Got into some, not really politics, but a little bit. Oh God, no, the agony of a Jeep. I kind of like Jeeps a little bit. They're too expensive, though, in my opinion. They hold their value so well. God, they hold their value. They're number 1 and 2, and they're both Wranglers on the value list. It's amazing how well they hold their value. New Jeep truck, Brandon. Yep, we're talking about the new Jeep truck, and that looks really interesting. The only downside, oh nice, the Jeep truck's going to be, I think it'll be really cool too. I can't wait to see one. And like I was telling them, they're debuting it on the 28th at the LA Auto Show. So not too much longer, we'll see pictures of it. Politics, ooh, I need to rewatch this. Not a lot. We didn't really talk about politics a lot. I mean, we didn't get into that much. I don't talk about politics much on here, but I just a little bit. Jeep for sale, need Type R money. Nice! Who wants to buy a Jeep? It's orange. It's an automatic. It's a 2-door. They just put some running boards on it. Other than that, I don't know if they've done anything else to it since then or not. Okay, I'm sorry. No Type R for you, Rob. You've already had one. Yeah, but he wants a 2019 with a volume control knob. So, like I said before, it's orange. It's a soft top. You need Type R money again. Jeep's resale is great. It is amazing. But Rob's trying to sell one at half price. It's punkin'. Yeah, it's punkin' and half price, and it's brand new basically. So you can get a brand new Jeep for half price. I mean, you can't beat that. Rob's got one right here he's trying to sell to get a down payment on Type R. It has Krista's fingerprints. Sold. It does have Krista's fingerprints on it. There's just not good looking. I don't know. I do. Jeeps are for female. My wife really wants a Jeep. Not funny, Throb is sleeping in the truck tonight. He don't have that big old Tundra anymore. He ain't got no room to sleep in that truck. So, Rob, you're going, now you see why I keep the Tundra. Edge, what happened to your Roby? Now you see why I keep the Tundra. If my wife kicks me out of the house, my truck is big enough for me to live in. When Krista kicks you out of the house, your Tacoma is not big enough to sleep in. I'm just saying. Your wife's still liking her SI. Yeah, I think she does. She misses her Accord, but she does like the SI. The SI has a lot more power than the Accord had. Lighter weight, more power, turbo, 50K, and it's yours, Brandon. Man, that ain't half price. That's not what you were saying earlier. Oh, I can make another shift knob for the Type R. Get your wife a Jeep truck gear. Nah, she don't want no Jeep truck. Krista, Andy is sleeping in the truck too. Whoa, 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 whoa. Andy's just trying to help you and Rob out. You know, the couple that Type R's together stays together. That's what I heard. That's what Honda told me last time I was there when I was getting Pam's oil change. So the couple that Type R's together stays together. Just saying. That's right, Rob. If you sell Krista's Jeep, you better enjoy the Type R because that's where you're going to be living. I know it, right? Sarah, that's sleep. Ouch, Stop Nation. That's steep. Christopher Mobbin. An infantryman would smack the taste out of your mouth for a comment like that. I must have missed it. As I've not been reading the comments. I've just been talking. I'm reading the comments here at the end, but I've just kind of been talking here, you know, getting a live stream through it. King, the Robbie couldn't handle Gears wood. No, there's a lot of things that can't handle Gears wood. Throb Nation, unlike Throbs, if it had been Throbs wood, it'd have cut right through it, no problem at all. Rob has soft wood. I don't know if y'all know that about it, but Throb Nation has really soft wood. So, you know, you cut through that with a butter knife, no problem at all. At least that's what Krista said. Let's have the new color edge. It's been owned by Celebrity, Brandon. That's right, it has, Krista Green Beans. Come on, Brandon, buy a 2019 Silverado Trail Boss. God, that Tundra's gorgeous. Thanks, Hunter, I appreciate it. I really like my Tundra. I don't ever drive it. I love it, but I don't ever drive it. It's amazing. I ain't washed it in about 4 months. You wouldn't know I love it, but I really do. Oh, that's worth a lot then, Mike. That's a sick truck. King of the Creek starts at 40K, though. Like Gears Imagination. 48K, Brandon. Loaded at 54. Trucks are so expensive now. Well, we all know that Rob is one big softy. That's right. He's got them soft hands. Got soft wood. Throb has a nice balsa wood. Yeah, it's nice and soft. Speaking of Silverado, have you reviewed one yet? I want to say that I started to review one, and I didn't have a long enough drive to finish it. And I've been saying I'm going to do that, and I've just not got around to it. I want to tell y'all something. This week was so hard. I was so glad I had videos already shot. I shot a few videos last week. I always keep videos logged back so in case I don't feel like shooting. This week was one of those weeks I didn't feel like doing nothing. I guess the weather changed. I got a flu shot late last week. I wanted to come home and lay down and go to bed, and that's pretty much what I did. And luckily, I had videos in queue to be able to just upload and didn't have to shoot any because I was just so tired all week long. So it worked out, and I learned something too. That Tad Gear bag that I did, that's a pretty nice bag, and it's not that cheap. It's made with good quality. Bags don't do well on this channel. I mean, I'm a gear channel. I do gear stuff, not just guns, but gear, holsters and stuff. The bags don't do well. I probably won't do any more bag videos. It's bad. I'm a celebrity. You are a celebrity, Green Beans. You are a celebrity. They're building a work truck version of it called Custom Trail Boss that you can get for less. Soft Nation. True Droop Nation, maybe. Maybe Droopy Nation. Soft Droopy Nation. Sounds better. How dare you speak of GM in my presence, Justin? You know what I think of GM vehicles? Yes, they are 2019 Sahara, Denali, fully loaded. God, 72K? That's not, that must be Throb Nation money. That's not gear money, I can tell you that. Hashtag soft. That's right, Hunter. He's a big softy. Brandon, how things at John Deere Gear? Going great. Going great. Loving my job. You know, it's going good. Stayed really busy today. The week went by pretty fast. I just got real tired at the end of the day. And I don't know if that was accumulation of the flu shot and the weather just being dreary. You know, as it gets darker sooner, it messes with your body. Your body will produce more melatonin because it sees how dark it is and thinks it's like nighttime. So you automatically start getting tired because that extra melatonin is producing earlier. And I don't know if it's just getting used to that or not, but I was just dragging this week. Sorry you had a hard week. The weather has me down too. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think it's, like I said, I think it's just that. 72K is Crazy Price King. That's a luxury truck. Yeah, it is. Denali's are nice. They have all-wheel steering too, or did have. I don't know if they still do. It was 75 and sunny here today. Oh my goodness, it was pretty warm here until it started raining, and then it got cold. Gear never has hard week. Ha! Yeah, it's coming from a big softy like you. That's some big words from a softy like you. Brandon, F-150 tops out at almost 75 now for the V6. My F-150, my EcoBoost was about $60,000. Not worth it. Don't buy the EcoBoost. Get a 5.0 if you're going to buy one. Edge, just saying. May or may not. I'm just, keep that in mind. Dan, we know what you think, Dan. You love GM. You own one, okay? I know it. Mike, we looked at the Yukon Denali. $93,000? That's ridiculous. I mean, seriously, that's ridiculous. 93 grand for a Yukon? I mean, they're nice vehicles, but I mean, you're talking about a GTR Nissan that'll do 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds, and it's all-wheel drive too, is like just a little like 104, and it's a supercar. God, I believe I'd buy a Range Rover. I don't know. That's a lot of money. That's why I'd buy another GM vehicle. They're too darn expensive. You can get a fully loaded Ram half done with every bell and whistle you can think of, and the limited time or trim for only $63,000. And you know what happens if you buy it in a GM? You buy a good pair of shoes, you can walk home both times. And a Ford. Just go ahead and throw it in there too. I'm just kidding. GM doesn't make a bad vehicle. Or at least my dad's owned a lot of Chevrolet trucks, and he never had any issues, really. Justin, back on the road again. Glad I made it for a few. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Justin, for stopping by. You have a great weekend too, buddy. Brandon, that's ridiculous. Mike, see you, Justin. No doubt. Later, Justin. Yeah, Mike, that was an XL Yukon. God, that's outrageous. No quad RAS steer anymore. Oh, really? They don't have the quad steer. That was a cool feature, though. Yeah, I remember when they did that. My mom came home and went to bed right then the entire week. She's been working some long hours, oh, Hunter. She told me today how many hours she'd working. Crazy. I used to work hours like that. Why, Brian, did you have to mention the fact that I own a GM? You know how much I want to get rid of that. You know, it is what it is. You'll get rid of it eventually. Christopher Mobbin, should I stock up on AR lowers before Tuesday? Nah, I don't think so. I don't. I did that once. I didn't stock up on lowers, but I wanted a Bravo Company rifle, and I bought one when Obama won his second term, I think it was. I've still got it, and it's probably one of my favorite rifles, but I could still buy one today, so nothing happened. So I probably wouldn't worry about it just yet. I feel sorry for Alaska and oh God, 3, I know it. Then they have like 24, not 24, they have a long time of sun, like 18 hours or 20 hours of sunlight for a few days. I would love that. I wish it never got dark. Here's what I wish. I wish it never got dark. It was daylight all the time, and we just had rooms without windows to sleep in. Why couldn't it do that? If I got up at 2 o'clock in the morning and couldn't go back to sleep, I could go outside and do something then. Throb couldn't even capitalize the Hi, everyone. Hey, Richard, how's it going, buddy? Garner, hi, Edge. I would pay off my house and bank money. Richard, uh, I couldn't deal with only 3 hours of daylight. No, I couldn't either. Did you leave any tools and lower at Lowe's for other people? I know he bought a ton of stuff today. It was amazing how much stuff he bought. Ford is going to start making a $100,000 truck, F-350, dually fully loaded. Yeah, but it's a 350, it's not like a 150. Still not worth $100,000. It's crazy. Richard King, Richard Krista. King, what's Ford thinking about with that? I know it. I read that I think it was last year I read that. Garner, hi, Rob. Richard, I'm looking at more commercial tools now. GM only had a guard steering or quad steering for 2 years. Wasn't a big seller. Okay, I did not know that. I'm not a big GM fan. I've never owned a GM. But my dad, that's all he owns. He owns a Corvette now and owns a Silverado. And I do remember that they had that at one time. Yeah, the quad steer was too expensive. No one wanted to pay for it. My 300ZX Turbo had 520 some horsepower. It did have quad steering too. A lot of people took that out. There was a company in California called Stillin, made a delete for it. I never deleted mine. Daylight all the time sounds fantastic. I agree. How would you see stars? I wouldn't see stars. I never look at them anyway, really, to tell you the truth about it. I don't pay no attention. It's like the mountains. I don't pay attention to the mountains anymore. Brandon, if you pay that much for a truck, better be making money for you unless you're rich like Throb Nation. I know, right? Edge, my Bosch Cord orbital sander is contractor grade. Courtney, good point. King of the Crease. Richard, did you get your hearing aid fixed? I don't think he got it fixed yet, did he? Very true, King. Doug, what's up, Doug? How's it going? You should come to Alaska and see if you enjoy the sun all day in the summertime, 22 hours. See, I think I would. I would want a room without windows. But other than that, I think I'd like it. Hello, Doug. Hello, King. I'm struggling tuber. Super chat is my friend. Hey, Doug, says Brandon and Courtney, or Garner said Courtney. I did, and it works better for me. Hey, Doug. Hunter, I might be going to the Navy when I get out of high school. I've got a lot of family members that's in the military. I've got a nephew that's just now fixing to get out of the Air Force. Had another cousin that was an Army Ranger and a Green Beret. It's a good profession if that's what you want to do. And I respect that, and we appreciate your services. That's the way you decide to go. That's great, Richard. That's great, Richard. Super Chat is YouTube's friend, too. It is. That's good. Garner, yeah, true. Edge every day. We're caught up. We're 92 minutes into this bad boy. Great news, Richard. Yep, we're 92 minutes into this bad boy. I appreciate y'all being here tonight. Thank you very much. We'll have some gun porn next week. I remember high school many, many moons ago. Didn't they have like wood fireplaces when you was in high school? Or did they have that then? Did you just make a fire in the middle of the the fire in the middle of the dirt floor? I can't remember when you was in high school. I know there's a transition there from dirt floor to the fireplaces, but I couldn't remember where you fell into it at, Rob. Much respect for all service members. Very much respect for all service members. $100,000 Ford, no thanks. I ain't spend that kind of money for a truck that I could use for a house. Very true. My house didn't cost $100,000. Thanks for your time, man. Thank you, Mike, for being here, buddy. Throb Nation, good night. Old fella, good night. Have a great night, Throb. And good night, Krista. You have a great night. Brandon, have a great night. Ed, you have a great night too. Throb Nation, nope, just weeds. Doug, you have a great weekend too, Doug. See you, Hunter. The schools were outside. That's funny. Super Chad's Rob's best friend. That's why I only way we can get money for sweet tea and nuggets, LOL, because he's always broke and spends too much money on vehicles. Maybe, but that's his life, and he can choose to do what he wants to do with it. All my Roby brush tools broke on me 4 years ago. That was when I started buying my 12 fuel tools. Nice. We use fuel tools. Tools, I'll get out here in a minute. Thank y'all for being here. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. You guys rock. Love you. Thanks for supporting the channel. See you next time.